Tuesday, July 8th. Just to go over, I'm going to be taking the rest of the week off. I am traveling up to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I'm going to hike McAfee Knob in Virginia. And I'm going to play at golf at Penn National Golf Club on the way up to Williamsport to hang out with some friends this weekend, play golf, and just hang out with some college buddies. So I'll be off for the rest of the week. By the way, if anybody's near Penn National Golf Course on Thursday and wants to play, message me. I've got no playing partners. It's just me. I'm driving up. I haven't scheduled a tee time. I'd be happy to have somebody to geek out with on stocks. So if you're interested, just message me. Hey, free round of golf. Maybe you get some stock tips as well. But I was reading yesterday a wealth of common sense. This is Ben Carlson. He's the host of one of the co-hosts of Animal Spirits, and he wrote Different Kind of Rich, and it's a Quentin Tarantino quote and just kind of life advice. I mean, I did get a comment when I went on that rant about die poor and stuff. Somebody commented, hey, wealth isn't all about money. That's what this one's about. It's about identifying wealth. And it was a good little thing. I'll put it in the newsletter. If you haven't subscribed to the newsletter, it's on Linktree. The link is down below. It's right here. It's free for everybody. I mean, you get nice little yesterday's Amazon Prime Day. We talked about Amazon versus Walmart. D-Man said, hey, it was a good thing. You had all of the sales go on. Then you had Alpha Picks, and we went over stuff. Today, we're going to go over a lot of different things. And so you'll want to have the newsletter, because I'm going to give you links to A, import things into your TrendSpider setup. B, I'm going to give you some stock tips, and we'll talk about it. One stock that's up almost 200% in pre-market, and we can talk about how to trade it. But we are so back. We are so back because yesterday, Elon got into it, started a new party over the weekend and fighting with Trump. Tesla got taken to the shed. 7-8% down. But Dave Portnoy, he pulled out the green hammer. Dave Portnoy pulled out the green hammer and said he's bought $10 million of Tesla. $10 million. We are so back. Okay, where are the cues? We'll go into Tesla, but where are the cues? You still have confirmation. Yesterday, did it feel good? Probably not. I mean, I was down a little bit. Wasn't the end of the end of the world. But when you're in this crazy run and you get any kind of pullback, some people panic. And when you panic, you zoom out. Okay? Zoom out. Are you on a 4-hour time frame? We'll go to a daily. Okay? Are you worried? Because right now, we're still in an upward trend. You still have confirmation over that 9-day. And then go to a weekly. The RSI is a little bit stretched at 63, but we are well over that 9-day. We are still moving up on the 200 and the 50. Okay, and you still have this upward trend that goes all the way back to the pandemic. And that trend line is solid. It's got tons of touch points. Then you go and look at Tesla. And Tesla yesterday on the 4-hour algorithm, it doesn't have you in. I am trading Tesla and I've been very clear about this. I am trading Tesla on the 4-hour algorithm. It doesn't have you in. So I didn't get in and then have to deal with that drop down yesterday. I didn't buy yesterday. I'm being patient. Why? Because the 4-hour algorithm back tests and you make 57% versus buying and holding over 2 years with Tesla. You only made 19%. Now you might say, well, 19% is good. Yeah, that's fine. I have a little portion of Tesla that I am buying and holding, but the majority of my trade is going to be a trade. Your average win is 16%. And you might say, well, how do I get that 4-hour algorithm? Do I have to sign up for a subscription with you? No, it is in TrendSpider. I built it in TrendSpider. And you have the ability to get a yearly plan for 16 more hours. So just a little bit of time. Okay, I point people towards this advanced. If it's within your budget, the reason you should get advanced is because they will teach you how I built that algorithm. Okay, you can say, hey, I've got this strategy. Can you tell me what it looks at? and you get 52 trainings per year at $107 a month. Again, that's one per week. Assume 4 trainings a month. It's just a little bit over $25, $26 per training session. Then you get the tool for free. I mean, that's why I point people over there, because you're not paying for the tool, you're paying for the trainings. And then the tool just comes with it. So if you have it within your budget, get that. If you don't, get at least the premium. The premium is $52 a month. It comes with 2 trainings per year. And so you can still get a good training on this stuff. But what you really want is the actual tool. And the tool helps you. And again, you can see enter, you can see exit. This one came out with a nice 25% gain. You don't win 100% of the time. You're not going to find a strategy where you win 100%. And if you do, that's just luck. Just luck. And you should zoom out, because any strategy that wins 100% of the time is a fool's game. But Tesla, I will be buying. But I'm not going to buy in like Portnoy. I don't have $10 million to spend on freaking Tesla. I don't want to take that one. I do have a watch list of 5 stocks that I will buy on any pullback. No questions asked. You should have that too. I also have a very large position in Apple, and I don't like what's going on. Meta just hired their top AI executive. Zuckerberg is spending billions of dollars on talent. And it's got him to all-time highs in Meta. All-time highs. 747 is the all-time high. 718 is where you're trading right now. Wall Street, their average price target is 734. Do you want to buy into something at 720 when its average price target is 734? But the only thing that's wrong with it is the valuation. Yes, it's expensive, but this is a cash printing machine. If your timeline is more than a year, just buy it now. Just buy it now. Start a position. You can dollar cost average your way in, or you can just go all in. Either one. But Meta is a core holding for me. It's not top 5, but it is one of the ones that I will continue to add at on any dip. He's doing things right. And let's look at it in the 4-hour algorithm, because where did you get in? You got in at 521. Okay? 40% in 67 days, 75 days. That's damn good. Again, 4-hour algorithm told me when to get in. I got in at the 4-hour algorithm. I was waiting for the 4-hour algorithm to give me a sign, and it did. Did I buy at 600? Yes. Did I buy at 575? Yes. Did I buy at 615? Yes. But I didn't buy in the 700s. That's the point. Meta, great buy. I brought up Delta yesterday, and here's TrendSpider with a bull flag coming in. All cleared for takeoff on Delta. This is a daily chart. Let's go and look at it in the 4-hour algorithm. Where did it get you in the 4-hour algorithm? Got you in at $49.53. You're at $50. Are we set for takeoff? Maybe. Right at that 200-day. You can see the daily chart right here once it pulls up. But yeah, the daily chart, it shows you a nice little bull flag heading up there. And you can colorize the candles like TrendSpider did. You can add all of that in where it tells you. This is the Weinstein analysis. Yellow means go. Okay, that's again another one. Another tool in TrendSpider. Now, a tool that I will tell you that I used yesterday that everybody has access to. This isn't something you need to subscribe to. Twitter. And Sonali from Bloomberg, Secretary Bessent has said that there isn't evidence of inflation from tariffs. But there are big investors who don't agree. See this chart from Apollo Research at assessing the impact from the dollar depreciation alone. The question, are we importing inflation? I had no idea what that meant. You may think Gary has a podcast, he knows everything. Fuck no, I don't know everything. So where did I go? I basically took a screenshot and I went to Perplexity. And I said, what does this mean? That's very simple. It's not an expert prompt. But the debate, some argue that tariffs aren't causing much inflation, but the chart suggests that currency depreciation, the weak dollar, can have a significant inflationary effect. How much of current U.S. inflation is being imported due to a weaker dollar rather than caused by domestic factors? That's a big question. So are we just importing inflation? So if you're not using AI, you're not looking at the hacks, because here you go. Yahoo Finance is still charging $25 a month for this when you get it free from Perplexity. Morningstar Premium Research is now available on Perplexity for free. Again, for free. Morningstar Research. So don't tell me that I'm just giving you regular, I'm selling all my affiliate stuff. No. But I am going to show you today how to use the tools. I'm going to be off for the rest of the week. So what do? Well, TrendSpider, this is an import of the TTM squeeze. It's an indicator, okay? And they scan spots in the S&P for 10 straight sessions when they're up. And they said, ooh, here's a list. You log in and import. Okay? I did this already for you. And they list right here. They list Amazon, CrowdStrike, GE Vernova, Fortinet, Salesforce, United Health, J&J, and Southern Company. There were a lot more. But you know what I did? And I'll put these in the newsletter. Fortinet. That's one that just had a 4-hour algorithm entry at 107, and it's squeezing. Maybe you want to get into that one. Is that a good stock to get into? Well, let's look at it in Seeking Alpha, our other tool. Okay, it's a hold in the quant. Why? Valuation and growth aren't great. Well, what does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think it's worth $108. That's a 1% upside. Not for me. I'd rather wait for a dip on this one. I would rather wait for a dip. And if you want to analyze it with AI, you can analyze it with AI. Another one that has an entry in the 4-hour algorithm, Baker Hughes Company. This one, $38.81. You're trading at $38, $39, but it's under its 200-day. This might be a better opportunity. Let's go to our other tool, BKR, right here. And we can see it's a hold in the quant, but it doesn't have a lot of red in the factor grades, okay? It's been a hold in the quant for a very long time. Is it starting to turn around? Well, Wall Street thinks that it's a $46 stock, 18% upside. Maybe that's good. You know what else this scan had? Delta at 49. We just went over that into earnings. Maybe this one is going to squeeze higher. Maybe it's a good one. Remember, back in February, this was a $68 stock. You've got cheaper oil. You've got demand up. People are traveling overseas. Maybe Delta has a great earnings quarter. Could be. Another one that's in the core portfolio, Google. That's in the scan. Under its trend line. I like it to get back to that trend line. That trend line is on a weekly. We broke down. 193 is the resistance right now. But your MACD, super low. Your RSI, 53, 55. And another one, CrowdStrike. They brought that one up. CrowdStrike is one I bought right here at about 369. It's been a great stock. I got rid of half of mine as it crossed into 450 or something right before earnings. I bought it back. And now it's back up there. I locked in some profits. Very simple. Again, using TrendSpider scans to find opportunities in the market. In fact, I've got another one for you. This is a NASDAQ momentum scanner, okay? You can log in and import, and we can go over here, and I can look at NASDAQ momentum scanner right here. I think that's what it is, yeah. By James. I will give you this one in the newsletter. You can scan and import it. Okay. One that I want to bring up. This is, by the way, this is one. It's Warrior Trading. It's modeled off of Warrior Trading. Ross Cameron on YouTube. But one that I want to bring up. This is one that you would trade and scan for stocks that are currently going crazy. Okay, they are going nuts. And if we go to a 5-minute chart right here, you can see. Okay, had you bought this with just confirmation right here, about 629, and it had confirmation, you went all the way up to 1037. 1037. It is up 179% in pre-market. But again, you need the scanner to do it. The NASDAQ Momentum Scanner. It's going to be in the newsletter. And you can just import it into your system. And you can find those momentum stocks to trade. Again, how do you use the tools? That's the key. And so while I'm gone, go and find yourself some stocks. Set up a watch list. Scan these momentum stocks. Trade with confirmation. It's very, very simple. Now, let's go to Seeking Alpha, because literally I went down here yesterday, okay? Down here in the bottom left, you'll see it, find and compare. There are several little sections, okay? One of them is top stocks. Top stocks. So let's just go over some of these top stocks that you'll see. And I went over them prior, but NUTX, okay? Interesting. It's up, let's see, year to date, 296%. Is it too high right now? Well, it's gotten all the way up to 184. This is a $698 million market cap. It is super strong, super small, but you've got valuation, growth, profitability, momentum. All of these are A's. Okay, all of those are A's in the quant, and we know that the quant outperforms. Well, what does Wall Street think that it's worth? They think it's worth $248. Again, it's literally handing you, hey, here's this top stock. Maybe you want to trade it. Well, let's go over to our other tool, TrendSpider. This is how you use my tools to succeed. Interesting, because you know what? Look at this little lever down here. 280% versus 75% buy and hold. Just got you out of a 59% gain. And prior to that, 68%. So your average win is 45%, and it got you in at 125. Your MACD, still super low. Your RSI at 51. Is this an opportunity? Maybe. But let's go back to the top stocks, because maybe there's another one. Well, MFG, I brought up HRTG before. But MFG is one I looked at last night. This one's interesting. It just went to a strong buy. Go over here and you look. It just went to a strong buy right here at $5.45. Where are you trading right now? $5.42. It's interesting. I like this one because it's a bank. And we know that the second half of this year is going to be bank deregulation. I like it. I like it. Now, let's go back to top stocks, because what's another one? Another top stock that wasn't there yesterday, but I guess it reset overnight. Poet is one that I brought up before. You know, last week? It's been trading pretty well. It dropped on that one day. 1 month, you're up 27%, but this is another semiconductor stock. I brought up CCL. CCL was in there last night. It's not in there right now. But Carnival, this one might have reached a trim level, is what I said. If you're trading it, the 4-hour algorithm, I'm trading it on the 4-hour algorithm, it might have reached a trim. Right now, you're at 29.30. So maybe you want to use these tools. Another one that was interesting when you go to top stocks is this BTG, buy to gold. Well, I looked at this one and I said, you know, I don't necessarily like this one. It just seemed too high on the 52-week range for me to think about, okay, I'm going to buy into this. So I went to this 3 of 45 ranked in industry, okay? And I said, this first one seems interesting, SSRM. I'm not going to tell you exactly the name of the portfolio that I am personally subscribed to, but this was a recent pick. And it just seemed to be on the 1st of July, and you're already up. And if you go over to this one, because on the 1st, right here, July 2nd, you had to buy at 13.05. You're trading at 13.48 right now. Pretty good. And by the way, you can get that portfolio and Seeking Alpha Premium, $639. You save $159. Or you can get the portfolio. The portfolio is great. The portfolio tells you when to buy on the 1st and the 15th. They tell you when to sell. It is almost tripled the S&P. It's Alpha Picks. Okay, and if you don't want Alpha Picks and you just want the top stocks, that is Seeking Alpha Premium. And that is where you unlock the power of smart investing. And again, that's just top stocks. Now, let's go look at some of the top ETFs, because they also have a top ETF, and you can screen against these. Okay, you can say, well, I don't want global defense. I don't want ARK funds. I don't want anything that has to do with crypto. You can do all of that. Two that I like right now, at the top, ARKW. This is the you can look at the holdings. Okay, this is another ARK fund, but instead of Tesla, they have Coinbase, Robinhood, Bitcoin, Tesla, Roblox, Roku, Circle, Shopify, Palantir. And if you go and look at this year to date, it's up 37%. I like this one. Let's go back to top ETFs. ARKF. It's a strong buy. When did it go to a strong buy? It just went to a strong buy right here. Let's see, $41. You're trading at $50. That was just on May 13th. And year to date, this one's up 36%. Again, I like this one. Maybe you don't like Cathie Woods. And you say, but you know what? I do like nuclear. NUKZ. Year to date, up 36%. It's a strong buy. When did it go to a strong buy? Well, it's been a strong buy since 46. You're trading at 55 right now. And maybe you don't like nuclear. Maybe you're like, yeah, but I don't like nuclear. There is one, space, UFO. It's the number 15. So it's not a top one. Year to date, up 27%. So again, you can scan those things and you can look at them. I really like the top ETFs. Go and look at them. And if you want to trade the ETFs, you can trade them in TrendSpider on the 4-hour algorithm. Let's just go and look at ARKF, because this is one that I have invested in before. It got you in at $32. It beats buy and hold by 20%. You win 52% of the time over the last 24 months. And look at that. It just got you in at $32 and you're at $50. And maybe ARKW is more your style with Coinbase, and it got you in at 92 and you're trading at 148. And it doesn't beat buy and hold, but it makes you 141%, which is beating the S&P. So again, use the tools that you have. And in fact, I'm going to include this screener that I've built, okay? This is the PEG ratio. So the PEG ratio when I built this one of NVIDIA was 1.18. If you don't know what the PEG ratio is, go and do your research. Look it up. It is one of my favorite fundamental tools. It factors in price to earnings and growth. And it is a great way to determine if a company is going to grow into their stock. Well, what I want to point out to you is the 4 stocks that it pulls up, this screener. And what I want to point out is the year-to-date performance. Okay, the year-to-date performance, the top one is Uber, 60% year-to-date. Gilead, second. I don't own that one. It's up 21%. Bank of America's up 10%. AppLovin, which I have held for a while because of Alpha Picks, is up 6%. And that one may still have some room to run. APP, it is one of them that I am going to add during a dip, and it just got me in at 346. I probably bought it. I just don't remember it. But again, I like this one because it makes me 1,397% versus 1,303. That's how you use these tools. And they will all be for you to import into your system in my newsletter. So it's very, very simple. It is not hard. Again, this is how I manage things and how I manage my portfolio. Don't follow me. I am negative for the year. And the reason I'm negative for the year is because of Apple. This is about you doing your research and understanding what you're holding. Make sure that you have your watch list, because as we dip, if you get a Liberation Day number 2, buy the effing dip. Now, some scans of stocks that look bullish in the 4-hour algorithm and have an entry. Affirm. It got you in here at 51. You're trading at what? $71? You've got an old resistance right there at 73. Why? Well, let's look at that. It is the high that it pulled back from. So do you want to buy this one with that? Well, go over here. And is it a good buy? Well, right now, Affirm is a hold because of the valuation. You can analyze it with AI. So is it a good one? Well, your 52-week range goes up to 82. Maybe it's a good one. Maybe not. GE Vernova, which has flown and hasn't given me an opportunity all the way since April to get back in. This has another entry even up here. And it's saying, hey, we may be going for another run. Look at the weekly chart. It's straight, bottom left to upper right. That is an amazing chart. Is it stretched? Absolutely, it's stretched. But it's telling you, hey, there might be another run on this one. Go over to Seeking Alpha and let's see. Is it stretched? Well, the valuation's stretched. Wall Street says it's worth $473. I don't want to get into that one. Another podcast favorite and one that I've got on my list of ones to buy is Toast. Just gave us another indication, but it's trading sideways with a gap down below after a great earnings. I'm going to stay patient. Why? Because when I look at this weekly chart, I think it might pull back to the 30s. It's a little bit expensive, TOST. When you look at the ratings, the valuation is a D. It says it's expensive. Wall Street thinks it's worth $43, so I'm waiting. But again, that's how you use these tools. It is very simple. So my homework for you while I am out is go and scan. If you don't have these tools, don't worry about it. Find a system that works. For years, I used free tools like FinViz, like Active Trader Pro, like Thinkorswim. These tools save me a shit ton of time, and they make it simple going back and forth. That's the key. And I don't need to rely on somebody. I don't need to do hours and hours of research. I don't need to go into FinViz and say, ooh, the PEG ratio on this one is low, but let me find somebody in there. There's another stock in that industry, like I just did with SSRM and BTG. So again, they saved me time. They saved me. Everybody has a life outside of stocks. You don't want to sit there and look at stock charts all day. And so I wish I had these tools sooner. I would have subscribed to them. But right now, I'm an affiliate. I was a paying customer of these tools prior to becoming an affiliate. And again, it's very simple. There's TrendSpider, which is key. And then there's the bundle, which is premium and alpha picks. But if it's not in your budget to get premium and alpha picks, I would say get premium and do your own research. But if you don't want to do your own research, that's where alpha picks come in. It outperforms the index. And I wrote in the newsletter yesterday, portion of my portfolio, a good portion of a few, 6 figures of this, almost $200,000, I have in alpha picks. And it's doing great. It's outpacing the market. It's doing great. I bought in August. And I tell people, if you're going to wait to subscribe to Alpha Picks and actually you're going to pay for it and then just wait, I tried to pick the stocks and just trade the ones that I liked. I didn't perform as well as the portfolio. I underperformed. I said Sprouts Farmers Market, which is a stock in the portfolio, in this Alpha Picks portfolio. I said I shopped there. But I don't know that that's a huge one. It tripled. It tripled before I could even get in. And then I wound up getting in. It tripled. And Alpha Picks got in early. So again, the tools are there for you. And while I'm on vacation, set up a watch list. There's 2 watch lists you should really set up. These are stocks that I want to get into. And these are 5 stocks that I will buy if no questions asked. Just buy. There is nothing. But again, nothing, no reason. You just buy them. 5 stocks. Apple was one of those stocks for me for years, and I added to it. Is it today? Nah. I've got enough, and I'm not happy with their performance. So again, make sure you have your lists. Don't worry, I'm going on vacation. The market probably will crash. That's been the history of this thing, is when I go away, the market crashes. But if it's a crash, remember, there is so much money on the sidelines. It's a buy the dip market. It is a tariff market, and he is threatening. July 9th is tomorrow. And maybe more letters go out today. Maybe we see a pullback in the markets. But right now, the markets look pretty damn good. Up 0.29% on QQQ. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Everything's on Linktree. Everything. The newsletter, Alpha Picks, Seeking Alpha Premium, the bundle, and TrendSpider. Get anything that you want, even a phone service. I will be using Visible phone service as I drive. But again, if you are in the Pennsylvania area and want to play at Penn National Golf Club on a Thursday, just let me know. Okay, take care. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell.